everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. Hey, you guys. How are y'all doing tonight? I just have some stuff that I want to update you guys on. This is not going to be very long because I have stuff I have to handle. But I wanted to touch base on something that we sort of touched base on already, but I did speak to Amber today at the MPD office because I had to call to clarify the situation with one of the FOIAs, pay a deposit down on one of them, get an update on the timeline for one of them. And so I asked a couple of questions. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight while it's fresh in my brain. And it's faster this way because I don't have to edit everything out and I can just get this done and over with. So I'm going to say hi for a few minutes, see who all is in here, and then we're going to get started. I'm going to show you guys some reports to show you where I'm getting this information from, like I always try to. And then I'm going to show you the responses that I have. And I mean, I don't know what the frick else to do because there's really nothing that can be done here if this stuff really is just going to constantly be told to us that it's missing, because it can't be part of like what EWU is suing for in way of them not properly handling FOIA requests, because they're telling me that it's just not there. So it's a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing. It's so insane. I don't even understand it. Hey there, girl. How you doing? I saw that thing about your friend. I hope he's okay. Hey, First Last. How you doing? Hey, FOIA. Yeah, I've like felt like I've almost had a stroke before. That's like one of those parallel universe events that I had. We'll have to talk about that one day. We'll have to talk about that. Yeah, technically, I guess. So yeah, because MPD only talked to him that one time. And it's like multiple versions of everything like is missing, because it's not just the pocket recording from Gilbertson. It's also the transcript. And I don't know how many people heard me mention this in passing in a live the other day. Did I mention this in a live the other day? Yesterday, maybe I mentioned this. There is, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. But Gilbertson's report on the interview is missing as well. And I've messaged ISP about it. I've sent another request in with different verbiage to ISP for this specific issue. That's the one I said they needed more time on. But I called Matthew Gammett today at the forensic lab at ISP because he gave me a number to call when I was asking about him and Blaker's trip down to Othram when he was responding to my requests. So I called it because I thought maybe it was like a main number, but it's actually like his office line because it was his voicemail. So I basically just like left a voicemail asking him, hey, do you know who I can contact about like this side of things that's not forensic reports? Because Amber was like, you're going to have to literally talk to ISP because none of us can find it. So yeah, I'm trying to get like a direct number to talk to somebody over there. So hopefully tomorrow I have a response. Hopefully tomorrow I have a response and an update on that part, but I'm going to show you all the documents and then I'll get like into specifics. Hey there, Granny Noodles. How you doing? Hey, Mr. Naysayer. I'm just really aggravated because I don't know like how much stuff is missing. And yeah, no wonder Ann Taylor was aggravated, but this is like, how did all of this stuff just happen and no one's doing shit about it? Hey there, Third Apache. How you doing? I just don't really quite understand it. But I'm going to show you guys some stuff here in just a second. Hey there, Michael. How you doing? Hey, to Trish, Metal Chick, Katie, Miller Time. How are you? Nothing half-assed. Oh, be careful driving, girl. Hey, Kate. Hey, Sweet Pea. Lucid. How you doing? Von Doughton. Hi. Esther. How you doing? Sparkly Starfish. Hey there, Mary. Janet, Gina. Hey there, Laura. Oh, I hope you start feeling better. Mental chick. That's funny. Jackie, how you doing? How you doing? Hey there, Trish. Hey there, Deborah, Sierra. Oh, no. Sierra. Right? I remember. I see it in my head. I see it in my head. Hey there, Chrissy. Holly Burra, how you doing? How you doing? Hey there, Amanda. You too. I'm good. How are you, Amanda? Hey there, Lay. It's 2:50 a.m. there. It's 8:54 p.m. here in Texas. Hey there, Anna. Yeah. Hey, Frankie's Frankenstein. How you doing? Amira Status, hi. Hey, Crochet, Rochelle, Trace. I don't know. That's like, I don't even know what to think. I don't even know what to think. Hey, Nomadic Duck. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I did it live earlier, so I just left my face on. Changed my hat, changed my shirt. Hey, Wasp. Hey, Lenore. Hey, January. Yes, I'm trying to keep that on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's why we're going to start doing like stuff with Gypsy Rose and talk about other cases too, because I need to be able to keep a schedule for that. Yeah, it's all insane. Okay, so let me get to, and hello, everybody else that's in here. Hello. Thank you for showing up. Now, let me show you the documents this stuff is coming from first real quick. So I'm going to show you first the ones from MPD. And I can only actually show you the ones from MPD because upon further research, I have found that Gilbertson's ISP report is missing. Unless somehow I'm just really stupid and have missed it. I control F'd in the ISP reports that they like dropped of all of the interviews and looked for Gilbertson, looked for like 5 or 6, probably up to like 10 different keywords, and scrolled every single freaking page and never found this report. This report is mentioned in the report that Brett Payne writes for him creating the probable cause. He literally references it in that report. So I'm going to show you that report, and then I'm going to show you where he mentions it also in, where's my purple notebook? In this one right here is actually the second one. So what I want to actually show you is page, where did my purple notebook go? Zelda was up here earlier because I got over here and I had like all these side things open on my screen, and she likes to walk on stuff. So we're just going to do it this way. It's like page 194, but I don't want to have the wrong one up here. It's literally the one that I used in the thumbnail. Right here. Okay. So this is supplement number 135, page 278 in the MPD reports. It says here, based off information obtained during the course of this investigation, I applied for an arrest warrant, blah, blah, blah. It's that report. Kohberger was taken to a nearby PSP barracks where Sergeant Gilbertson and I interviewed him for approximately 45 minutes, right here. See Sergeant Gilbertson's report on the interview for full details. It doesn't exist. There's no report. Unless they, for some reason, did not release it to the public, it is not in the file that ISP released on their official website. What date was that? On 9/3/25. Because the first thing that they released were photos on, oh, I closed the wrong thing. Hold on. They showed photos on 8/29, and then the reports right here on 9/3 is all of the interviews they did and all of the things. There's nothing in there. I keyword searched. I scrolled every single freaking page. There's no report. There's no report. I didn't realize that when I originally was asking for the interview itself. So I sent in a request to ISP, and I guess I need to show you all that one first because I asked ISP first. Didn't I not have it open by itself? Hold on, let me pull it back up. Now, I did mention, I think something about this portion of this. Let me pull it up though, hold on. I ended up like not like misspelling, but like typing it in a little bit incorrectly. So in the body of my request, I'm using Gilbertson because it's Gilbertson that was with Payne. But for some reason, when I went down to the bottom where I'm like, I'm requesting blah blah whatever, like a conclusion summary little thingy at the bottom, I put Gunderson, but the rest of it's Gilbertson. So that's another reason why I had to talk to Amber today, because I sent her an email over the weekend asking if Gunderson or Gilbertson was the search term used, because Idaho, in what they sent me, told me they sent everything over to Moscow. So when Moscow was telling me they didn't have it, and in their response, they have Gunderson's name, I needed to validate, did you actually search from the body of my request, or did you just search like the summary because you just like quickly skimmed over it or whatever? And I'm going to show y'all how I wrote it too. And she said, no, they searched all the terms. I'm not the first one to ask for it. There's been lots of requests for it because these reports are out there, and neither them or the Idaho State Police have been able to find it. So this has been an ongoing issue. This has been an ongoing issue for I don't know how long, with the way that she answered that question. Y'all have known about this for a while, apparently. So that's a problem. So then I wonder if they already know about the fact that Gilbertson's report is also not public. Because there's no way that like I'm the first one to see that. So I don't know. I don't know. So let me show you what ISP originally said to me. Right here. 8 days ago, I had sent in the request and it said video recording. That was like the mistake that I noticed with ISP. So I sent in a completely different one, and they responded with both. Any audio or video in this case was turned over to Moscow PD, with the exception of the one audio file. And this is actually something we've heard for a long time. Like one of the first times I think that we got information from ISP, they mentioned this, with the exception of one audio file. Common sense to me, with the way that they've been hiding everything, would tell me that this was probably the pocket recording. Like, wouldn't that make some common sense? So if that is the case, they could just tell me, hey, it is the one file that we can't give you. But instead, I'm being told by Moscow that no one can find it. Not that it's the one file that cannot be released, but that no one can find it or the transcript. Both them and ISP can't find it. So then take that into consideration. And we still have no idea what this one audio file is that they're keeping from us. I don't know what it could be if it's not that. And that doesn't sound like that's what it is. So that's creepy, because I don't know what else could be so important. So when it comes to what they said, let's see, where's it at? Yeah, so this is the request that I made sure that I had to call her for, because I needed to make sure that they didn't just search Gunderson. And as you can see down here, I have Gilbertson's name in the actual thing. Like, I took what the report said and I pasted it into this response. So I don't know what we're supposed to do with this situation. I don't know. I'm hoping to be able to speak to someone, because like I said, I called Matthew Gammett's number that he gave me some months ago in an email and asked if he could just like maybe shoot me an email or call me back at some point soon to give me some sort of number that's outside of the forensic lab that I can ask questions to about this situation. But other than that, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this or what anybody can do about it, because again, Amber is telling me herself, like, no one can find it. So does that mean that Pennsylvania is the only one that has it? And if they know that they can't find it, why haven't they gone and gotten like a transcript from that one to have on file? They haven't tried to find out why they can't find it. Like, no one went and tried to search in the back history of the computer for who deleted something. Like, how does it just disappear? That doesn't make sense. Yes, more lost evidence. They can't find the transcript or the pocket recording taken by Gilbertson when it comes to Bryan Kohberger's interview in Pennsylvania, which is crazy. I don't know what to do about that. Nothing we can do. Absolutely nothing we can do. Now, when it comes to, what was the other thing? Hold on, let me pull up the email. When it comes to the missing report for Gilbertson, you would think again that it was supposed to be in what we got in way of public records, but it wasn't. So I sent this Saturday. And it shows information on here that I don't want y'all to see in way of my contact info. So I'm just going to read it to you. Let's see. Basically, it's the exact same thing from Brett Payne's report. For MPD report number 135, written by Brett Payne, states the following. Kohberger was taken to a nearby PSP barracks where Sergeant Gilbertson and I interviewed him for approximately 45 minutes. See Sergeant Gilbertson's report on the interview for full details. Upon reviewing the 556 pages of supplemental reports released to the public by ISP, there does not, in all capital letters, seem to be a report by Sergeant Gilbertson regarding the Kohberger interview in Pennsylvania he participated in with Brett Payne. I am formally requesting Sergeant Gilbertson's report or directions in which to find it if it has been produced regarding a Kohberger PA interview, the Kohberger PA interview mentioned above. And that's the one that they responded to and said that they needed more time. So I don't know if they're going to make him write one up or if one actually does exist that MPD at some point saw, or is Brett Payne writing this just assuming that Gilbertson wrote a report? I guess that could be it. Maybe he could just be assuming that he got back and wrote a report because that's what you're supposed to do. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. Let me see about these other ones. Okay. I paid the deposit on the interview for the sheriff that they interviewed about the guy in the ATF gear that walked around. It came to me with the title, not the thing. I don't have it. I have the receipt for paying half. It came with me with the title, First Half Interview with TB. So I'm going to see, let me see if I can find the report real quick, because that's the one report I hadn't found yet. I guess I can just type in ATF. No. Maybe it was ISP that put that. Let me see if I can find it. Anyway, I don't know who TB is, but I know that the interview is with a sheriff and a sheriff only. Again, she told me, Amber over at the office, she told me that they never talked to the ATF uniform wearing guy that walked around the scene impersonating an officer and asked questions and walked around in the crime scene itself and saw the blood on the walls and all the things. They never interviewed him. Yeah, imagine that. So whoever TB is has to be the sheriff that they're interviewing with Latah County. I don't know if they are going to have his name completely redacted when they send me the file. Oh, man. Can you give it to me without that? I'm trying to see if I can find the ATF report now. I didn't think to pull this one up. I'll have it up when we get the interview. I know I found it the other day because I literally I need to pay more attention to my index list. I'm not even going to pretend like I'm organized today. Anyway, I showed y'all a screenshot of it the other day and we've read it already. So anyway, I guess TB is probably the sheriff. So I don't know. Does Latah County have a directory? Actually, you know what? I think that do they have a thing in here that tells me who all wrote in here? No. I don't know how we could find out who TB was. Because we don't have like an index for Latell County Sheriff. Do they have an index of people? Not the jail roster. Do they have like a list of their like employees? Do they do that? Does anybody know who a sheriff with TB could maybe be? Just in case, they don't tell us. I'd like to know. There's no directory. I don't know. Hopefully they give us the name, especially since it's like a sheriff deputy. If not, then I guess I'll try to like figure it out. I don't know. But that one, I don't know when she's going to get me that. She said we should have the messages between Blaker and Dylan and Blaker and Bethany by Friday. Now, I asked if they had already given notice because they said they had to give notice from now on before, even if we pay the full amount, which I already paid for those in full. I only paid the deposit for the interview because it's just like an estimate. So they just have you do a half. And then when it's finished, they charge you for like the remaining amount for the actual time spent. And remember, I try to always make sure I repeat this part. We're not paying for the size of the file, technically. I mean, I guess sort of, because the bigger the file, the longer this part takes, but technically you're paying for the amount of time they take to remove information from your request. It's how long it takes for them to redact and review their redactions that we are actually paying for, which is such utter bullshit. Such utter bullshit. Welcome, Michelle. Welcome. So, I guess now we just wait. No, because we just paid the deposit. So I don't know how long it's going to take for them to get it done. I think she said that the sheriff's interview was only like 20 minutes. Now, okay, so there's the other thing. Jack DeCour's interviews. There's 2. So I asked her in the email that I sent over the weekend with like all the rest of my questions, if she could break them down into like 2 separate amounts. So what I'm about to tell you is going to like make it make more sense as to why we're really confused about how they can give us some sort of like estimated time it's going to take to make the redactions, but then say it's just an estimate. They don't really know. And then sometimes the price changes. Sometimes it's more. I mean, we've seen it be less, but sometimes, a lot of times it's more. She's telling me that the reason she hasn't gotten back to me yet is because it's taking her a really long time to be able to separate the amounts for the 2 interviews. So that to me is like telling me that you're like someone is sitting down and literally looking at how many redactions actually do need to be done. Like it's not really a guess. Like you really are sitting there and like going through the entire thing beforehand. Because if that wasn't the case, then you wouldn't be taking so long to separate the 2 prices. Because like together they're like 460 something bucks. So I wanted them separate. I just don't see how, if it's so easy, cut and dry, you are taking 2 days. Because she told me she's been working on it like the whole time since Monday. What? That's like the opposite of what you told me. So you can do all that, but you can't give me an itemized list of redactions. See, that's a whole other thing. This is telling me now that like they go through it once to sort of like get the estimate, and they're actually going through it apparently. And then they have somebody else officially do the redactions, and they still can't give us a list. They still can't give us a ledger. They still can't give us a table. See how stupid that sounds? That's wild. That's wild. But I think that's it. Let's see. We touched on the Jack DeCour interviews. Dylan and Bethany. Hopefully we have that stuff Friday. I'm just going to like shoot her an email Friday morning and ask because, again, like, they're done. She told me they were already done. That's why there was no deposit, no nothing that had to be handled ahead of time. I got the partial denial telling me that the emails about the messages were ixnayed from being able to be disclosed, but that the text messages themselves with, like, per screenshot that were attached to said emails, we could have. So if they were already done, I'm wondering if that means that they just didn't do any redactions. Yeah, because we're not waiting on them to do anything with them. We're waiting on them to notify the families, whoever, like, all the people. But I did ask her and she didn't respond, or they just don't have a protocol yet. Like, if we pay for something and it passes, like, all y'all's checks or whatever y'all do over there, and it gets approved to be paid for, but then one of their attorneys steps in and says, nah, we don't want this out there. Like, what happens? Because now, I mean, now you're kind of giving them the opportunity to fight back against Idaho code, which is, like, crazy. Like, I want them to have their information, but to give them, like, a whole week of a heads up is a little excessive. Like, sorry, not sorry about it. An entire week of a heads up is crazy. Like, I thought the whole time they were getting the heads up anyway, and we were right. They were. I know for a fact from another parent of the 4 that they were the entire time. So a week is crazy. A week is crazy. Yeah, EWU has a lot of information out there right now that Sarah put out. I went over a little bit of it, and I noticed that they are talking about, like, they did ask for specifically the video of the raid on the Kohberger residence, which we were told doesn't exist, but I know that it does. Like, there's no way in shit, okay? There's no way. No way. No way. Just no way. No freaking way. So yeah, I think that's it. That's the updates. I think the only thing new I'll get this week is the messages between Blaker and the girls, but that's probably it, because she's acting like they're hella busy. And they might be really busy because something might be happening with the EWU lawsuit that's making them have to redo stuff, but she sounded extremely stressed out and took forever to, like, pull stuff up on the computer because she had, like, all this stuff open, so her system was lagging. Like, she sounded stressed and busy. Stressed and busy over there. So maybe something's happening because of that lawsuit. I don't know how many of you guys have Twitter, but I'm gonna send y'all in the chat the link to Sarah's account, so that if y'all want to go over there and grab the files, she has them on the Google Drive. Here's her account on Twitter. And she has, I'll show y'all what she posted so y'all know what y'all are looking at. Let's see, separate this out. Okay. Oh, well, now you can't see it. Make this bigger? Yeah. All right. So it's how many pages? It's a shit ton of pages. Let's see. Okay, y'all can see it. Petitioner's brief in support of petition for disclosure, 15 pages. And it looks like this. It's just kind of like a rundown a little bit more of the original document. I haven't read all of it yet, but I read, like, a little bit of the top of it because I noticed that the big one has attachments. And we are going to go over this, like, ourselves. We're going to end up going over it this week. Where's the Zoomy thingy? There it is. This is the declaration of Amy James, and she's the head of operations for EWU. And this is the reason, this is the main stuff I want to go over right here. Y'all can see this, right? Yeah. This is their request paperwork, and they are like, they put all these details and stuff in here. Like they do it legitimately, like with the format template and everything. They put in like everything right here. Very, 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 very descriptive. They put in their denial letters. Like they put in everything. Everything I show you guys, they're showing in these filings. Everything. All of their requests, all of their denials. And this one is, what was it, 45 pages? And then there's another one that's 17 pages, request for judicial notice. And let's see, is this like the, okay. In this one, they're talking about the lawsuit that Karen Laramie filed against the city of Moscow. I haven't been able to, like, I don't really know why. I don't know why. Like, I'm not going to pretend to know, like, why. I don't know what any of this means. So I'm going to figure all this out before we go over it. I just don't know why they'd be referencing that one, because that one, they basically, I mean, unless they're using the way that the law was written for it to fight something that they're being told they can't have, then that's probably why it's being referenced in here. But I know that like this one was approved in a way to where it like really did shut down a lot in way of what Moscow could do. It doesn't change anything, obviously, when it comes to the Idaho State Police, but anything the city of Moscow does, like this rules that. So I guess they're using it to fight their argument, which I'm going to, again, do like more reading on it before we talk about it, because there's a lot of pages here. But Sarah has all that stuff over there. If you guys want to go over there and take a look, this is what her account looks like, just so you know that it's the right person. But yeah, I'm going to be interested to see and like read thoroughly everything that they've asked for, because like, damn. I mean, I don't know like how much more specific I could possibly be about dates and times, like especially when it came to the knife sheath one. I gave the date of like the 16th when the trooper came to pick up the knife sheath. I even gave like the timestamp in the report that he apparently like picked it up. Like I was so specific. Yeah, you had to be more specific because so many of those emails were spam. Not in 3 days about a knife sheath, ma'am. City attorney full of shit. City attorney full of shit. I mean, I just don't know. I'm trying. The only thing I can do is try. The only thing I can do is request things. And if they don't have it, then it's their fault for how crazy things get. It's their fault for us getting aggravated and asking more questions. And why aren't the families mad about that kind of stuff too? Like they should be angry that they haven't been able to see any interrogation or interviews or anything when it comes to Kohberger. They've read some stupid ass report by a known liar. Brett Payne is a known hand up the ass liar. We've seen it already. He's the one that was chosen to tell the bullshit story about the IGG. The judge appointed them. Tell a lie, figure it out, and find the person who's going to be willing to do it. Mr. Payne over there, all they've read is a report written by a liar. It's really frustrating. More people should be mad that so much information is being withheld to the public. It shouldn't be just EWU. Like News Nation, big players should care. Like the wrong entities are really like out there for real, but we know why they are. They'll tell the cover story without feeling guilty because it fills their pockets. And they won't tell the truth because the truth doesn't sell. I mean, it does, but for some reason, not to them. We can only do so much. I don't know how they determine how much people's stuff is worth. That's crazy. $77.07 an hour. Don't you get paid a salary? Like they get paid a salary. How come these things don't make sense to me? They get paid a salary. I don't understand. Like I said, I'm in the wrong field. Because that's crazy. $225,000 a year. That's wild. No joke. I don't know. It's just so insane. Like, you'd think it'd be part of their job. Like, part of your job title is that people are going to request public information, and you are part of the police department. You are a public servant. So part of your job description is going to be to answer to these FOIA requests, because it's federal law that we have to answer to these FOIA requests. That's how it should work. If I was president, that would be one of the first things that I'd change. So serious. No joke. Like, that's crazy. Like, what? That's my point. That's crazy shit. Like, where does this money go? Can I FOIA that? I'm pretty sure I can, right? I'm going to FOIA that. I'm going to FOIA the city of Moscow for all of their documentation on where all the freaking FOIA money goes. Because if you're sitting here telling me that Sergeant Blaker gets to look over the information that I'm asking about Sergeant Blaker and determine what's acceptable or not, that's not cute. I'm going to FOIA who gets it. I don't know where it goes. I'm going to do that. I'm going to write it down. FOIA the FOIA. Is how I'm going to remind myself. I'm going to do it in the morning. That's crazy to me. Like, does he just get like a big fat bonus check every month? Like, I'm really freaking curious. Where does that money go? You know how many thousands of dollars have been spent, like, just on YouTube for these FOIA requests? Just on YouTube. That's not counting stuff that, like, media has gotten first. They haven't gotten much first, but what the media has gotten first. That's crazy. That's wild. I'm going to ask where it's going. I don't think they can deny me that, but we'll see. Okay, I'm hungry. I'm going to go make food. Y'all have a super great night. I will let you guys know as soon as I have an update. And again, keep your fingers crossed. We have Dylan's messages with Blaker and Bethany's messages with Blaker by Friday, and we don't have to wait much longer. Y'all have a super great night. Try to get some relaxation in. Don't forget you still have plenty of time to get your tacos in for Taco Tuesday. Y'all don't even know how much I love tacos. It's not even funny. Fat for a reason. I love some tacos. Y'all have a super great night. Thank you so much for being in here. I'm going to go ahead and roll this out, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Please do not forget to leave a like on your way out and subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. All right, you guys. See y'all.